DAZN is the home of boxing, with over 150 live fights a year.
It's over! There's no way back from this, surely!
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
How do you like it? How do you like it?
That is unbelievable.
These guys will be legends in their own country, but also in the international basketball world forever.
That is what sport means. That is what the EuroLeague trophy means.
Are you not entertained?
I'm not supposed to be cheering, but this is X Series. I can do whatever I want.
Everything is difficult in this life, so still you need to be on it.
It all comes down to tonight. Don't miss the biggest night in MMA. PFL is more than a fight.
Catching up on any NFL game is easier than ever before.
Looking to the end zone for the win!
Oh my gosh, one of the great games you'll ever see.
The competition is back, and the UEFA Women's Champions League looks set to be bigger and better than ever before.
It's their time, a night to remember.
The following program is recommended for those 16 and over, as it contains sporting violence, possible bad language, and flashing imagery.
Here's the moment the world has been waiting for. The judges are ready, the fighters are ready, the boxing world is ready. The fight starts now! Let's go.
How do you like it? On the show. So aggressive, so focused. It all comes down to this. The corner knockdown. Still the undisputed champion of the world. Press conference live on DAZN.
Oh, that is mighty close. It is day 3 of the Esports World Cup Fight Week. Day 3 is press conference day. Let's have a look at the talent on tables. Philip Hrgovic is here. Raymond Ford is here. Sam Goodman. Eddie Hearn is in the building right next to Dillian Whyte. Old friends. That should be interesting. And this man is hosting it.
Yes.
Good luck, sir. It's not an easy job, but this man does it so well. Good luck.
Thanks, Alex.
The future of the heavyweight division rolls on undefeated.
I'm called the brightest prospect, or whatever I'm called. It is just noise.
It's Moses Itauma's time.
It's just step by step, fight by fight.
Moses Itauma makes it look so easy.
If you're gonna ask me like what's my plan in this division, is to knock Dillian Whyte out, I guess.
Itauma wins in devastating fashion.
Going in with somebody like Dillian, who's got a wealth of experience and at the top level and so forth, would be a really big test for him.
Oh, that's a big left in net. Oh, he's shaking it. That's that. Joshua's wobbling. It's straight to canvas.
Today, gonna say that you're the best. Tomorrow, might say you're the worst.
You know, I ain't got nothing to prove to no one. All the pressure is on him.
Here we go. It's getting closer. 2 more sleeps in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Remember, we're here for the Esports World Cup. This is Fight Week Day 3. Day 3 is press conference day, and we have the added bonus of Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren on the top table here as well. Welcome inside the studio. Our 3-man studio has become 4 or 4.5. Dean Whyte is here. Dean, I'm happy you're here as well, because I've been saying for a while, I want to see Dillian and Dean together. That combination, sort of marching to the ring, that combination that almost used to put the frighteners on people. You're back, you're with him, you're here by his side.
I'm always with him. You're always with him. Obviously not, physically, a lot of stuff's going on in my life I've had to just deal with and address, but I'm always there. We talk every day, multiple times a day, and just kind of guiding him from a distance is, what it is. But obviously I had to try and, make sure I come out and support and show my bro that solidarity and make sure, we're united as one.
You know him more than most, Dean, so you know exactly what he's like. I almost feel like I've seen a mature Dillian now.
Absolutely.
A man that's, is married, he's a completely different person from what he was 10 years ago. But in terms of the fighter of 10 years ago, how much of that is still there?
Saturday night it'll be all to play and see. I think mentally, Dillian he was going through some battles a little while ago, and you could see that in his physique and how he was and his performance. I think, to be honest, the Tete performance wasn't bad. I think if you look at the output he did in that fight, it was quite phenomenal for a heavyweight. It was great output. Obviously, he wasn't his polished best, but in terms of, if you look at him, he didn't look great physically in shape.
The way he is now.
And just in the same with the Christian Hammer fight, was in terrible kind of shape. Was upset with the stoppage, the manner of the stoppage. He put on his own show. He hasn't had the great run of form what we'd like him to go into. To see, it would have given us more confidence in terms of how he was going to perform against Moses. But in terms of his mindset, the growth as an adult, him maturing, it's all there, and I can see it. Funny, I'm going to look to you, sir. After you rubbed him up the wrong way, I think
I've done your favour, haven't I?
Well, me. He does.
I want 10%.
I think like him as how he was before. I think there's a little bit of growth, and he still, bites a little bit. But I mean, Dillian used to bite a lot more. His growl was a little bit more, and I think for me, just talking to him every day, multiple times a day, and seeing how he is, and he has performed, out of his skin to hit the numbers he needs to make, to rewind the clock. All it is if, when you go in there, 37 years of age, going against someone who's 20, does it all come together?
That's it.
On the night. And only we'll know Saturday night, but
Dean,
I believe it's there.
Is it important that he has that bit between his teeth? Look, we see a fight a few weeks ago, Dubois versus Usyk, and we're a little bit disappointed that Dubois just didn't get going, not taking anything away from Usyk. Is this a case of Dillian Whyte going in there and grabbing the fight by the scruff of the neck and leaving that ring, whether he wins or loses, with no regrets?
No, I hear you. I think it's a bit different because obviously Daniel wasn't allowed to get going and the level of opposition with Usyk, every time he goes in the rematch, he performs better anyway, and he works out these people. I think this is two different spectrums. You've got a young guy who's everyone's putting the world and the pressure on his back, and I hear the argument for he's done great, but the opposition's quite limited. Dempsey McQueen is probably one of the standout names. Marius Wack was old when Dillian fought him here in Jeddah 6-7 years ago, so it's hard to take too much from that. And the stoppages were a little bit premature, I would probably say, because it was that shoe shine stuff. But at the same time, he is a talent. I think this Dillian that is motivated, mentally switched on, is a different proposition. Obviously, if he goes out and performs and shows us different, then we have to give him credit on that note. But I think Dillian needs to set out whatever game plan him and his team have and stick to that. And I think in this game, as you're older, man, you shouldn't chase the speed for speed, because you're not going to outwork a young man. So I think the experience is being patient and being cunning and using all the experiences.
Dean, what about big fight experience? That's a real thing, coping with the pressure. That's got to be a positive here for
Do you know
Dillian.
what I would say to that? I was saying to someone in an interview yesterday, I would have said if this was in the UK and it was in front of 20 or 30,000 people, that would have played a significant part. They've done it in Saudi. I think it's quite a good move from Queensbury, because Dillian has done those many big, huge nights in front of 20, 40, 100,000 when it was Tyson Fury, 96, whatever thousand it was. But I mean, Moses hasn't been on that level. To do it here in a bit more of a smaller, so it's a little bit more intimate, and there's not much pressure on his back in terms of that element. Dillian's had many, many big nights selling out pay-per-view. So that would have more garnered to him, because Moses probably would have got booed as well. I know he's a new kid on the block, but Dillian's got a great fan base and a lot of people are behind him. So imagine being booed after you just rising. It might have knocked the confidence.
Of course,
Everything is to play for Saturday night. A lot of pressure on Moses. They've kind of done it to their own guy. But I mean, look, let's see how it kind of unfolds.
I want to show you Moses's rankings with every governing body. The reason I'm showing you is not to boost Moses, but if you're Dillian, surely you're thinking, if I can beat him and he's ranked so high in the WBO and the WBA,
no, it's great for
potentially there's a world title shot on the horizon for Dillian.
Absolutely. I think Frank Warren's one of the best at building young fighters and doing good stuff, even when them coming back from losses. So I don't think Moses has anything to worry about there, guys. Just like Joe Joyce and Daniel Dubois, he's excellent. So, yeah, look forward to that. Yeah.
I like it. Dean, appreciate you with us. All right, let's get this show on the road. The press conference is about to start, so let's hand over to the main man, your MC, Mr. Thomas Triber.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final press conference for Esports World Cup Fight Week as we get ready for a great night of World Championship Boxing this Saturday, August 16th, from the A&B Arena in Riyadh, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. This great event is being brought to you by Esports World Cup and the General Entertainment Authority, GIA, with Frank Warren for Queensberry, Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Boxing, Spencer Brown for Gold Star Promotions, The Ring Magazine, and Sella. Along with their great sponsors, STC, Kadia, SNB, Arena Fitness Innovation, and the Mike Tyson Boxing Club. A big thanks to those great sponsors. Well, a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, that this great event will be shown live worldwide on DAZN by now at DAZN.com. Let's now welcome our press conference participants. From Riyadh, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, mighty Mohammed Al-Akel. Now residing in Santo Domingo en la República Dominicana, Abraham Supernova. From Camden, New Jersey, Raymond Savage Ford. From London, England, Big D, David Adelaide. From Zagreb, Croatia, Philip El Animal Hrgovic. From Leeds, West Yorkshire, England, Kez Ashfan. From Tokyo, Japan, Hayato Tsutsubi. From Albion Park, New South Wales, Australia, Sam Goodman. From Liverpool, England, Nick the Wrecking Ball. And now let's welcome the promoters, Mr. Eddie Hearn of Matchroom Boxing. And International Boxing Hall of Fame promoter, Mr. Frank Warren of Queensberry. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to hand the microphone over to International Boxing Hall of Fame ring announcer, the one and only, the greatest, Michael Buffer.
Thank you, Thomas Triber. Always a pleasure to work with you, my friend. And that introduction was just the way I wrote it. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, for me, it's a pleasure to be here in Riyadh once again, as Riyadh is recognized worldwide now as one of the great hosts for sports and entertainment. It's indeed an honor, and for that, special thanks to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, His Royal Highness, the Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, and the Chairman of the General Entertainment Authority and Chairman of the Saudi Boxing Federation, His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this contest is brought to you by Esports World Cup and the General Entertainment Authority, with Frank Warren for Queensberry Promotions, Eddie Hearn for Matchroom Boxing, Spencer Brown for Gold Star Promotions, and Ring Magazine along with Sella. Sponsored by STC, Kadia, SNB, Arena Fitness Innovations, and Mike Tyson Boxing Club. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's the heavyweight division for our main event. And I'm sure that practically everyone here, as fans and member of the press, everyone up here on the podium and the stage, remembers probably that first time they saw a championship or a big-time heavyweight contest. There's that anxiety, that thrill, that excitement that only the big guys, the big men, the men that can end it all with one punch in a split second when they come to the ring. So that's what we have here in 48 hours. Ladies and gentlemen, it's scheduled for 10 rounds on the line, 3 championships, the WBO Intercontinental title, the WBA International title, and the vacant British Commonwealth Heavyweight Championship. And it's all live on DAZN. At this time, let's meet the big guys, the heavyweight fighters. First, the challenger, an outstanding professional record, 34 fights, 31 victories, 21 big knockouts, only 3 defeats. From Brixton, London, England, the former 2-time WBC interim heavyweight world champion. He's the body snatcher, Dillian Whyte! And let's welcome his opponent to the stage, ladies and gentlemen. He comes to us from Chatham, Kent, England. His professional record is a perfect one. 12 fights, 12 victories, 10 big wins by knockout. He's the reigning and defending champion. Ladies and gentlemen, the undefeated Moses Itauma. This time, ladies and gentlemen, let me turn it over to our host with the most, Mr. DAZN.
Thank you, Michael Buffer. Can we just get a round of applause? Host with the most, but greatest MC of all time, Michael Buffer. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the global capital of boxing, Riyadh, where on Saturday night we have another absolute cracker for you, this time as part of the Esports World Cup. Now, we're going to speak to everyone up here very shortly, but just a note on Saturday night's main event. A truly wonderful heavyweight fight between one of the best heavyweights of the last 10 years, former world title challenger Dillian the Body Snatcher Whyte, taking on the young, unbeaten, rising star, the man tipped to go to the very top, Moses Itauma. Now, boxing history is full to the brim with fights that share this narrative. The proposed passing of the torch moment, where the young fighter comes along, beats the veteran fighter, takes the torch, and moves on with their career. Sometimes that young fighter snatches the torch, dispatches of the veteran fighter, and truly announces themselves as a new star in boxing. But sometimes, just sometimes, the veteran fighter is able to conjure up some of that old magic, and he just says no. Not today. And he refuses to give up that torch. That is the fascination around Saturday night's main event. Is 20-year-old Moses Itauma now ready to mix with the big boys of the heavyweight division? Does he have too much youth, too much speed, too much skill, too much ferocity? Or does the body snatcher Dillian Whyte still have enough of that old grit, that power, that tenacity, and that warrior spirit to see off the challenge of the younger man? So many questions, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you tune in live around the world on DAZN Saturday night. That is the only place where you can get the answers. Let me start by bringing in Hall of Fame boxing promoter Frank Warren. And Frank, give us a bit of an idea as to how we arrived at this brilliant main event and what's at stake for both men, please.
All right, good evening, everybody. Obviously, this is a big part of the Esports World Cup, and it's led by the vision of His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh, and we thank him for this event being part of that. This fight, how did it happen? It happened because these two guys wanted to fight each other. They stepped up. A lot of people were avoiding Moses, 20-year-old undefeated prodigy, probably was at one stage called one of the best prospects in the world of boxing. He's firmly established himself. And the only man who was willing to take up the gauntlet was the warrior, Dillian Whyte. We know always comes to fight. He's been on the scene for a long time, has fantastic credentials, and you've only got to look at him to see how he's trained for this fight and the condition he's in and the mental attitude he's got. And we thought, yeah, let's get this on. Let's get this fight on. This is the fight that the fans want to see. They want to see the young up-and-coming guy against somebody who's proven himself time and time again in the ring. So that's how it came about.
Brilliant stuff. Thank you very much, Frank. Let me bring in Eddie Hearn from Matchroom. Of course, you've got Ray Ford on the card, but can't help but notice you are sat next to your old charge, Dillian Whyte here. And can I just quote what you said about this fight? I'm going to do it anyway. You said that Moses Itauma was a horrible style matchup for Dillian Whyte, and Moses could indeed look sensational against Dillian Whyte.
Yeah, I think he's definitely got the momentum going into the fight. Firstly, I just want to say thank you to everyone turning up tonight. It's an incredible turnout, and you're right what you said about Riyadh. It really feels like the home of boxing now. Every time now you turn up, the events, the Kingdom Arena, and of course the cards. Maybe a little bit more low-key than others, but it shouldn't be. I think this is a sneaky, sneaky good card. A lot of these fights would be main event in their own right. Our guy, Ray Ford, we believe we've got the top 230 pounders in the world with Sugar Nunes and Ray Ford. I think they're on a collision course. Great fight with Abraham Nova. I love Adelaide against Hrgovic. I think it's a tremendous fight. If you haven't seen this guy fight, Sam Goodman, know that the style is going to gel into a fight of the year contender with Nick Bull. It'll be a war. And Dillian, to my left, who we've shared a lot of history with, and just a little glint in his eye this week. I think his back's against the wall, and I think he's a very dangerous man when that's the case. I didn't think he'd take this fight, but the fact that he took it tells me something. And then, as good as Moses Itauma is, just a couple of questions that he's never had to answer. And I think this is the man to pose them. So make sure you tune in to the global home of boxing, DAZN, this Saturday for what will be a brilliant card, a great heavyweight main event, and another incredible night of boxing in Riyadh.
Thank you very much, Eddie. Let's bring in Mohammed Alakal. He is Riyadh born and bred. This is fight number 5 for you, Mohammed. You've been pro for almost a year now. Give us your kind of year in review. How's it gone, and how much are you looking forward to Saturday?
Yeah, I think it went pretty well so far. You know, I've been training really hard, and hopefully I can showcase my skills more and more the more often I fight. Yeah.
And you've moved now to Abel Sanchez. You're up in the mountains in Big Bear. How have you found that transition?
Yeah, it's been tough, and hopefully I can showcase the skills and what I've learned training with Abel.
Okay, best of luck to you, Mohammed Alakal, in action on Saturday night. Yeah. Riyadh born and bred, of course. Okay, let's move to a brilliant fight in the super featherweight division. The Ring Magazine ambassador, the unbeaten Hayato Tsutsumi, takes on Britain's Cash Ashfaq, former Olympian, of course, himself. I'm going to start with you, Cash, because, listen, you're a big underdog in this one, but you've taken this fight. Why is it your time?
Well, like I say, as soon as the fight came to me, I was happy to take it. Just the way I am, I guess, but alhamdulillah, listen, I've been written off all week, all camp really, but I've got a great team behind me. Alhamdulillah, all I need is Allah. No matter what, that's all I need. So look forward to showing that on Saturday, inshallah.
And Cass, I did catch one interview that you did before the fight, and you said that you actually didn't see too much special in your opponent. Is that about right?
Listen, he's got 2 arms and 2 legs, and he's got a head that's going to get jabbed off, so that's all that matters.
Okay, let's bring in your opponent, Hayato Tsutsumi. Hayato, you apparently have a head that's going to get jabbed off on Saturday night. How do you feel about it?
土曜日にジャブをはめる予定かと思いますが、その回に関しての土曜日への気持ちを聞かせてください。
そうですね、今いつも自分がジャブを当てて主導権握っているので、最初から最後まで自分のペースで自分のやりたいように試合を進めたいなと思います。
I like to keep my way from the beginning until the end, and I'm focusing on my own style on this Saturday.
Okay, what is his prediction for Saturday night, please?
土曜日への予想はどうでしょうか。予想というかご自分自身の予想はどうでしょうか。
そうですね、5ラウンドまでに自分が KO すると思うので楽しみにしててください。
I promise you, I will make it to KO, so please be excited and wait for me.
Okay, that's a big promise from Hayato Tsutsumi and a promise there from Kasashvak as well. Let's keep in the super featherweight division where we've got a brilliant fight between Raymond Ford and Abraham Nova, who stepped in to replace Anthony Kakachi. Now, I'm going to start with you, Abraham Nova, because many people said no to this fight, as far as I'm aware, but you said yes. Why do you fancy this one?
Well, first and foremost, I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. I took this fight just because, I've been active and I've been training and I wasn't even sitting in the couch. They gave me the call. I feel like it was a perfect style fight for myself. And, Raymond Ford is a hell of a fighter, but I feel like, I belong in that stage with the elites.
And I can see right in front of me, you've brought the mascot with you. He's made it through customs, so well done on that. But I've also heard you say that you've had too many close fights recently, and you want to take it out of the judges' hands moving forward. Is that right?
Absolutely. If you guys have been following my career and know my story, know that, I've had some tough decisions, tough losses, and I think 2025 is my year to turn things around. I think this is going to be a breaking point for myself.
Well, let's bring in your opponent, Ray Ford. And Ray, you've got a replacement opponent who is trying to take this out of the judges' hands on Saturday night. How are you feeling about this one?
I mean, let's be real. We know he's not knocking me out, so I don't even know why he even trying to hype himself up to even believe in it. We know what I'm coming with. I know what he's coming with, and he's just simply not on my level, and I'm going to show that I'm the best fighter that he ever been in that ring with.
Everybody's entitled to their opinion. We'll find out Saturday.
That ain't an opinion, that's a fact, and I'm going to show you.
It's your opinion.
You want to see?
It's your opinion.
You want to see?
You're going to see too.
Let me ask you this, Ray. He of course, had a close fight with O'Shaki Foster. I know Foster is a bit of a rival of you. Are you looking to make sure you do a better job and send out a bit of a message?
I'm going to put hands on him all night until it's time for him to go home.
Well, Abraham Nova, it sounds like Ray Ford feels he's just on a completely different level. Final word to you on this one.
He's a fighter. He's supposed to feel like that. All fighters, they feel like we're in different levels. Like I said, we're all entitled to our opinion. I'm glad that he's confident himself. I'm confident myself, and we'll find out Saturday night.
You're not confident.
Oh, we'll see.
I'm cabbing. You're not confident.
You can't tell me how I feel, champ.
You're not confident. I know you're not confident.
All right, you'll see it. Like I said, we're all confident, and we're going to find out.
That's why you're here.
Say that again?
You're here to get paid.
No, I'm here to win, champ.
You're here to get paid.
I'm here to win, champ.
All right, we're going to see.
You're going to see.
Okay.
Well, we will all see Saturday night live on DAZN. Do not miss this one. Brilliant super featherweight fight. Let's move things on to one of the two heavyweight fights. And this one really caught people by surprise. David Adelaide, British champion, moving up to take on the Ring Magazine number 6 ranked heavyweight, Filip Hrgović. David Adelaide, I'm going to start with you on this one. I mean, for you, everyone's saying it, this is a jump up in level, but you seem cool, composed, and you look like a man who's ready for it. Talk to us.
Yeah, I suppose it is a jump up in levels, because obviously he's better than my opponents I've been in the ring with so far, but at the end of the day, he's another human being, and the only person I fear is God. So, yeah, I think Saturday night's going to be a good night for the fans.
Well, Filip Hrgović was actually asked by the Stomping Ground what he's impressed by about you, and he said nothing at all.
He also said to me earlier this week that fighting you is a walk in the park. How do you react to that?
Saturday night, I ain't got to sell the fight. You know, what am I, second on the card? Fight's not about me. Saturday night, everyone's going to see what's going on.
Well, let's bring in El Animal, Filip Hrgović. You've seemed fairly unimpressed with your opponent, David Adelaide. You said it's a walk in the park. Are you still feeling that way?
Man, I had a million nights just like this. So let's get down to business. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Let's get down to business. That's it. He said everything. We'll see you on Saturday.
You were on the same show last time, and he boxed Jamie TKV. You saw his knockout, right? What did you think?
I think it was against the rules. He should be disqualified for that knockout, but it is what it is, and we are here now, and let's do it.
One of the things that David Adelaide has said is that Zhilei Zhang was able to knock you down. If you slip up against him, he will finish his dinner. That is one of the things he said in interviews. How do you feel about that?
No, Zhang didn't knock me down. It was a slip. He pulled me. And if you watch the tape, it was not a real knockdown. And Dubois didn't knock me down. It was tough because of the cut. So I was never down in my career. And I feel very strong, very confident, and coming to destroy this guy.
Well, David Adelaide, let me throw it to you. I mean, you've said in the build-up that you have the power to knock out a horse. No doubt at all that you've got the power then, surely, to knock out Filip Hrgović. Is that how you're feeling?
Yeah, and if he keeps talking like that, I might knock him out same way I knocked out Jamie, so who knows?
Looking forward, man. Let's get down to business.
Talking's done, Dev, man. Go on to the next person. Saturday night, we're going to see each other. We're both heavyweights. He believes in himself. I definitely believe in myself. Saturday night. And if I'm a walk in a park, I want to see what sort of park he walks with.
Did I tell, let's get down to business?
Yeah. We definitely get down to business Saturday night. Brilliant heavyweight fight. David Adelaide and Filip Hrgović. Okay, well, let's keep things moving. WBA World Featherweight Championship on the line. Two unbeaten fighters. Nick the Wrecking Ball, Britain's only male world champion, defending his crown against unbeaten Australian Sam Goodman. Now, Sam, I'm going to start with you because this is your first fight outside of Australia. This is actually your first proper featherweight fight and your first world title fight. A lot of firsts. How are you feeling?
It's not my first fight at featherweight. I've been there before. I've been heavier than featherweight as well. So that ain't nothing new, but I've got a good guy in front of me, and it's an opportunity I've waited for a long time for. So, look, I've prepared my whole life for this moment, and I'm not ready to let it slip.
I said first proper fight at featherweight. Of course, this is a proper fighter here in Nick the Wrecking Ball. One of the things you said to me earlier this week is that if a wrecking ball comes towards you, you're going to go right through it. You feeling that confident you can go through this man?
Would I be here if I wasn't confident? Man, I'm here to win this fight, and I'm here to do a job on this guy. Simple.
Well, let's bring in Nick Ball. This is indeed a proper fight for you on Saturday night. Sam Goodman is confident, and he believes he can go through you.
That's the one, Dev. They're all proper fights, aren't they? This boxing's not no joke. It's serious, and when you put it 100% in like me, you know how serious it is and how serious we take these fights. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Main thing, glad to be back in Riyadh, yeah, defending my belt. This is where I won it, so it's a special place to me.
What do you think about your opponent?
Don't really know, to be honest. I'm not really thinking too much about him, yeah. He's unbeaten, he's hungry, he's coming, but he's not coming like me, so it's going to be an exciting night.
Sam, let me ask you this. Of course, you were scheduled to fight Naoya Inoue. You suffered that horrible cut. That was actually at the hands of Nick Ball's very good friend and training partner, Brad Strand. Are you concerned that there's any kind of intel that he's given away to Nick?
No, not really. It's boxing. He'll have to figure out the puzzle for himself on fight night. I know I've got many avenues to victory, and you know, I'll exploit whatever one presents itself on fight night. So there's many strings to my bow, and I look forward to showing that on Saturday.
Do you think he's ever faced anyone like you?
He's been in with good guys, but like I said, I think I'm a different puzzle. And look, I know he's a tough fighter, and it's a tough challenge for me also, but it's a challenge I'm up for, I'm ready for, and I believe I can win.
Nick, let me ask you this. You are now Britain's only male world champion. Do you feel extra responsibility to hold on to that title on Saturday on top of what you normally would?
Not really, no. I've just got to focus on myself and do what I do best, yeah. So that's the main focus. But if it is there, it's good, innit? It's good pressure, so yeah, it'll all be in my favour.
How does this fight go, Nick?
Nick Ball wins, yeah. Exciting.
Final word to you, Sam Goodman.
And new on Saturday. Let's go.
Okay, brilliant. WBA World Featherweight Championship on the line. Let's get to this main event. Some are calling it youth versus experience. Is it a calculated gamble or is it a gross miscalculation? Let's speak to Dillian Whyte and Moses Itauma. And Dillian, I'm going to start with you. I mean, you have boxed at a sold-out Wembley Stadium. You've done multiple pay-per-views. You've kind of done it all. What is the significance of this fight in your career?
Can I first just say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah to all my brothers and sisters in Saudi. Thank you for having me. Thank you for Turkey for putting me on. And thank you to Kino Saudi for welcoming me and being nice to me and my people while I've been here, and also to my opponent. I've had a few main events, a few pay-per-view fights or whatever, but you know what? There's so much more left for me to achieve and chase in the game. I haven't really sat back and looked at my career and think about this and think about that. Listen, I'm someone that's not supposed to be here, never had a great amateur career, no support. You know, I'm a kid from Jamaica who's been written off many times, not meant to survive, meant to be dead before I was in my 20s and stuff, but look, here I am doing stuff, so yeah, what more can I say?
Well, let me bring in Moses Itauma. Now, Moses, this is your first time as main event, first time you're fighting someone who you probably grew up watching. Give us your kind of opening thoughts and how this week's gone for you.
Thank you very much, Dev. I'd like to say thank you very much to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Thank you very much to Frank Warren. I'd like to say thank you for Dillian Whyte for accepting this fight. And the last person I'll have to thank is myself, because I put the work in and got myself to this stage. And I feel like Dillian Whyte is a strong contender. Nothing personal. I got respect for every fighter that's on this table, but just business.
Were you surprised that he did take the fight?
To be honest, for a long time, I didn't think the fight was going to happen. But we're here. We're here, we're live, we're ready. We trained, we've been in camp for maybe 14 weeks now, so it's ready to rock and roll, to be honest.
He's been talking you up. He's been kind of talking himself down. He's been talking about how he's just an old man and you should help him cross the street. What do you think's going on here? Is he trying to kind of lure you into a false sense of security? What game is he playing, if any at all? What do you think?
I think there's a rule in the 48 laws of power where you play a sheep to catch a wolf. And I feel like that's what Dillian Whyte's doing. If he is, if he's not, it doesn't matter, because I'm gonna bring the heat Saturday night.
Dillian Whyte, are you playing the sheep to catch the wolf? Is that what's been going on this week?
I don't know, man. But there ain't no sheep around there, you know. There's no sheep around there. There's a lot of wolves around there, but no sheep.
Well, you actually said, Dillian, that you're being thrown to the wolves here, but they don't realise you've still got teeth. I guess the question is, how sharp are those teeth heading into Saturday?
Wait till Saturday to find out, man. You know, wait till Saturday to find out. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and say this and say that, but you know what I come to do. I always come to fight, and nothing changed. You know, I always try and find a way to get a victory, and I always try and give my all in the ring, and nothing's changed. Nothing's changed.
Do you think your age has been overplayed in this fight? Only like a month ago, we had Alexander Usyk telling the world that 38 is not old. You're 37. Are people making too much of your age in this fight, Dillian?
I don't know. You guys are the professional. I'm just little old me. So what? You guys make all the decisions. You know boxing is. You know, you guys are the pundits and the professional. I'm just here to do my thing.
Moses, let me ask you this. I mean, Dillian's been playing it down, saying he's just a little old man, etc., but he has turned up in the shape of his life. I mean, what sort of fight are you expecting from him?
Honestly, I'm not putting too much pressure on the outcome of the fight. I know my game plan, I know what I need to do, so it's just my job to go there and execute. Whatever happens Saturday night, let it be.
I've heard you say in a few videos, don't blink. Now, is that just something cool to say in a social clip, or do you genuinely feel that this fight could go early?
Oh man, we're all heavyweights here, man. Any fight can end at any point. So I'm not delusional. I know what threat Dillian Whyte poses, so I'm not overlooking him. I'm taking this man serious.
Dillian, let me ask you this. What is the headline going to be about Dillian Whyte after this fight?
It's Saturday, we'll find out, man. Saturday, we'll find out. You know, I'm not gonna... Listen, these guys are analysts. They like to sit down and analyze everything and do all this stuff. So I'm just chilled. Listen, people think I'm some crazy guy, but I'm just a chilled guy. I just like to hang out and be chilled, man. But, you know, if I get pressed, then shit happens. But I'm a chilled guy. I'm chilled and relaxed, bro. Leave me alone, I leave you alone. That's it.
I'm not going to leave you alone just yet. I've got one final thing. Do you have a message for your opponent on Saturday night? Please look at him and tell him something.
Good luck to you, man, and hopefully God make us both leave the ring safe and sound. Good luck.
Shukran.
That's a pretty nice message. Okay, thank you, Moses, unless you've got anything else to add.
One more time.
You're good?
Oh man, I'm blessed. I'm blessed. Do you know what? I just had to take a picture of all you lovely people because I never thought that this many people would turn up to my fight, let alone a press conference. So I'm blessed to be here, and I'm grabbing this opportunity with both hands. This is the start of greatness.
Okay. Well, that is your main event on Saturday night. Will it be the start of greatness for Moses Itauma, or is Dillian Whyte just that little bit too long in the tooth? We're going to get some face-offs very, very shortly. Thank you very much.
Starting to spice up just a little bit, I think, between these two. The face-off is going to be interesting as well. Face-off between Adeleye and Hrgovic is going to be very interesting. Moses Itauma looking very calm, cool and collected. So is Dillian Whyte, to be fair. As he said, very experienced. Are we going to see the 37-year-old rewind the clock on Saturday and show us there's still a lot left in the tank? All right, talking about a lot left in the tank, DAZN has a lot left in the tank when it comes to boxing this year as well.
DAZN, the undisputed global home of boxing, where the greatest fighters take center stage, with fights every week and over 185 a year. And now, the mighty Queensberry joins over 30 worldwide promoters to up the ante like never before, with the best of the best. The biggest nights. There's no limits to what's possible. Nobody brings you closer to the action. Because if the fight is on, it's on DAZN, the global home of boxing.
Loads of boxing coming your way, as I said. Crocker Donovan from Belfast, incredible IBF welterweight title. Then we go to Scotland, European title for Collins versus Lorente. And then we go to Doncaster, look at that man. Dave Allen coming off that really good win against Johnny Fisher, takes on the giant Arslanbek Makhmudov. And then I think the card of the year, Ring 4 Night of Champions, headlined by the light heavyweight title fight between David Benavidez and Anthony Yarde. But wait, don't go anywhere, it's not just boxing, we have some golf on DAZN as well.
DAZN is home to the LIV Golf season. Fabulous. With the world's best players. Join forces in the first ever Team Golf League. No. 54 elite golfers. Yes. Including major champions and global icons. Extraordinary. This is golf, but not as you know it. You're magnificent. Who will come out on top? Beauty. Watch every swing on DAZN.
Okay, we have a good guest in the studio. Just before we throw back to Thomas Triber, Buddy McGirt is with us in studio, obviously trainer of Dillian Whyte. You got him in some shape, buddy. You got him in some shape. That's the best Dillian Whyte physically I've seen. And look, we haven't seen him hit the scales yet. since I would say Dillian Whyte Chisora won. I saw abs.
You know, I can't take credit for that.
Take some credit.
Yeah, okay, I take some, but he was just determined, man. You know, he was running on the road. He wasn't running on no treadmill. You know, he made me get up with him and follow him in the car while he ran. You know what I mean? Everybody, you know what I mean? He really put it in. He understands what's at stake here, you know what I mean? And they both are like right here. So one guy's gonna go, another guy's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But no, here's the thing. Let me rephrase that. If Dillian loses, it's over. Moses loses, he can always come back.
That is a backs against the wall for Dillian Whyte then.
Right, exactly.
If he loses, it's done.
So, you know, then he become a journeyman, which he doesn't deserve. So we know that this fight right here is all about nuts and guts, man. You know, we got to put it all on the line.
Final one before we throw quickly to Thomas Treiber. You've had some incredible wins as a trainer, right? I mean, for the last 2 decades, you've trained some really good fighters to become world champions. This would be up there as one of those big wins, wouldn't it?
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt, because, you know, he's 1,000 to 1 underdog.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
Let me go and check what I've got in the bank. That's a big one. All right, that's a big one, right? That's a big one.
He's 1,000 to 1 underdog. No one's giving him a shot. I've done 7 interviews today, and not one person gave him a shot.
But there has been a bit of a change, though, buddy. Now that we've seen his physique, and you understand, I mean, you were in the corner for Ebenezer Tete.
Yeah.
It's a completely different person.
Without a doubt.
And we can only go on what we saw last time, right?
True, exactly. They say you're only as good as your last fight. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? This Saturday night is going to be, you know what I mean, a barn burner. But it's got to be smart. He can't be reckless. Can't be reckless with this kid. He's athletic, he's fast, he can punch, and more importantly, he can fight. So we got to be on point from ding to dong. We can't make no mistake.
And how does, buddy, Dillian Whyte try and unsettle and make Moses Itauma feel uncomfortable in this fight?
Well, we're going to hit him on the kneecaps. We're going to hit him on the thigh. I'm just going to be here. We're here now, so I can tell you what we're going to do. We're going to rough him up. You know what I mean? We're not going to try to hit the head. We're going to hit the thigh, kneecaps, hips. We're going to F his hips up, I'm telling you right now.
Dark arts.
You know what I mean?
But buddy, so Dillian, you know, he commits to every shot, which is the beauty in him, but also makes him vulnerable. How do you maintain that speed and power without making the mistakes that he makes in the past?
The kid just keep touching, keep touching.
That's not Dillian Whyte.
Hold on, but we get in there. We get there. So we know you touch, and then boom, you pick the lock and lower the boom. You know what I'm saying? That's what we got to do.
All right, buddy, we are ready for the face-off. So we are going to see them come face-to-face for the first time. So let's throw it back upstairs to Thomas Treiber.
Let's now have the fighters face off. First competing Saturday in a scheduled 6-round lightweight contest. Let's welcome Yumnam Santosh Singh and mighty Mohammed Alakel.
Turn his TV off, 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 turn his TV off. Ain't no other king in this rap thing like siblings. Nothing but my children. One shot, they just appearing. I'm in a city with a flag be getting thrown like it was pass interference. Padlock around the building. Crash pulling up in no mark truck just to play football.
Our next 2 fighters facing off, competing Saturday in a scheduled 10-round super featherweight contest. Let's welcome Abraham Supernova and Raymond Savage Ford.
We like this one a lot, don't we, Barry? I mean, we like a lot on the card, but this one, and this is the size of Abraham Nova. You can see the size there.
I think this is the fight with the most jeopardy for the favourite, which obviously is Raymond Ford, because Nova's massive. He's technically very good. He keeps his shape really well, and he punches smooth, and he punches off your punches. I do fancy Ford. I think the footwork's going to be the difference here, but it's a hard fight for him.
I always think fight week really starts when we see them go face to face. All the interviews are good and the media workouts, but when they look each other in the eye for the first time, it's almost like, okay, it clicks.
This is real.
This is real.
Happening now, Saturday night, and as Barry said, this one catches fire very early. It's a great fight.
Our next 2 fighters competing Saturday in a scheduled 10-round contest. It will be for the WBO International and vacant WBA Continental Gold Heavyweight Championships. Let's welcome the challenger, Big D, David Alale, and the defending champion, Philip El Animal Hrgovic.
What an intriguing fantastic heavyweight matchup here. I wanted to see this because I always thought Hrgović was the bigger guy. I wanted to see how much bigger. Adelaide loves to tear up, doesn't he?
Look, he's bang up for this fight, and so he should be, because he has a real opportunity to announce himself on the world stage. I really believe this one catches fire early, because the winner of this fight is the one who dominates
who does
the
that
pace
favour?
of this
If it
contest.
catches fire early, who does that favour?
Well, the power of Adelaide at British level has been massive, but Hrgović is huge. He caught Daniel Dubois with about 15 right hands, though. And Daniel Dubois didn't budge. So look, it's a great fight with so much on the line for the winner.
Our next two fighters facing off, competing Saturday in a scheduled 10-round super featherweight contest. Let's welcome Kez Ashfaq and Hayato Tsumi.
Big opportunity here for Kez Ashfaq. Obviously, look, we know the risk factor, Barry, but the reward, if he somehow does get it done, is incredible, but he's up against it here.
He is up against him, but he's a fantastic boxer, Ashfaq. He really is. He's lovely to watch. Beautiful silky skills. He got fast hands, really fast feet. All the ingredients to be a good fighter, but stylistically, this is not the matchup for him. Tsumi is so strong, punches hard with every punch he throws. He commits to it, and he closes that space very, very quickly. What we've seen in the past with Ashfaq, he doesn't like the strength and the pressure, and that he might be working on that. He might be better with that now, but you have to go with what you've seen. So he's a massive underdog here.
Our next two fighters competing Saturday in our co-main event, scheduled 12 rounds for the WBA Featherweight Championship of the World. Let's first welcome the challenger, Sam Goodman, and the defending world champion, Nick the Wrecking Ball.
Sam Goodman got a bit of a fan base there. I heard a bit of a noise for him, and I mean, you wouldn't know based off just that. I know it's very super, based off height, but the one was coming out from super bantam, one was the natural feather.
Let me tell you now, if Sam Goodman approaches this fight the way he says he's going to do, this one is going to be an epic. This is going to be one that we will never forget. He's going to mix fire with fire. We know how the Wrecking Ball, Nick Ball, approaches his fights. It's going to be one that you do not want to blink, you do not want to go to the kitchen, you do not want to go to the toilet, because this is going to be fireworks.
Might need to go to the toilet.
But don't go to the toilet in the kitchen.
Test, test. All right, ladies and gentlemen, up next, our main event fighters. Remember, this is for 3 titles on the line. The WBO Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship, WBA International Heavyweight Championship, and the vacant Commonwealth Heavyweight Championship. It's all live on DAZN. Let's bring the fighters to center stage for a face-off here at the press conference. First, the challenger, 31 victories, 21 big KOs, only 3 defeats. From Brixton, London, England, the former 2-time WBC interim heavyweight world champion, the body snatcher, Dillian Whyte. His opponent from Chatham, Kent, England, his record a perfect one. 12 fights, 12 victories, 10 big wins by knockout, the reigning and defending champion, the undefeated Moses Itauma.
Here we go, gents. This is what we wanted to see at face-off. Moses, either's wearing platforms or he's a lot bigger than I thought. Because Dillian Whyte's not a small heavyweight in height by any stretch of the imagination. They're speaking to each other now. It's getting heated now, Barry.
I think Dillian should have been in his face earlier. I think he's got to use that experience, that big fight experience that he has, and just try and unsettle Moses Itauma the best that he can, Darren.
Dillian Whyte needs to give Moses Itauma hell. He's got to get in there and grab this fight by the scruff of the neck. As Buddy McGurk said, just hit anything. Let those hands go and try and shock the world. Get the job done. And then you can push off and try and succeed and fulfill your
goals. They need to be mic'd up. I want to know what they're saying right now. They need to be mic'd up.
We don't want to hear what they're saying.
No, we do.
But the thing with that, you're right there, Darren, but he's in with the guys with faster hands, faster feet. Yeah. So I think, he has to commit to the shots. Like saying that Birdie, how do you do that without making the mistakes that he's made in the past with that?
There you go, it's real now, isn't it? And we said this during the broadcast. Now they're seeing each other face to face and they're going nose to nose. And we are just 2 sleeps away. It's all sinking in. I guess not just for them, they know, but for us as well. You see those matchups, the Nick Ball one looks a bit, again, Sam Goodman looks a bit feisty. Nova versus Ford. That one, though, looks very like it's time to catch fire.
What we do as these weeks progress, we start shortening the odds. You start thinking, he looks up for it. He looks game. He looks like he could cause the upset here. There's so many pick-em fights here. There really are. Like, what's going to catch fire, Larry?
Yeah, it is. I don't change my mind, by the way. Just got to tell you that.
It's so stubborn.
But it is, though. You do get excited because it's real. Because you can see the tension in the fighter's face.
Sorry, I'm looking down because they all walk past us, don't they? They go past us. I'm just seeing everyone is cordial, everyone's okay, and they're fine. They're fine.
When Dillian comes, me and you will duck.
I like the way you put us together. It's just you now, Barry.
But obviously, you see the tension in the guy's face. They're either making weight, or they just all that training and adrenaline. They want to get in the ring. They want to fight. They want to win. But mainly for the smaller fighters, they just want to weigh in. That's the biggest factor, isn't it? All you focus on most of the time is just the weight.
It is. All right, 2 more sleeps away. Remember, tomorrow, make sure you tune in for the weigh-in where we make it official. And also, as an added bonus, tomorrow, we have the Box Raw Cup as well.
This is Sparring Club. Now welcome to the grind.
I'm no boogeyman!
In here, it's lessons learned the hard way.
I'm a little nigga, that's why it's so raw to watch you just battle lions, because I'm a little skinny nigga battling niggas 3 times my size.
Yeah. Respect isn't given, it's earned. In blood.
This is the moment the world has been waiting for. The judges are ready, the fighters are ready, the boxing world is ready. The fight starts now! Let's go.
How do you like it? On the show, so aggressive, so focused. It all comes down to this. With a corner knockdown. Still the undisputed champion of the world. Press conference live on DAZN.